good. That looks good too. I had an issue with this one where it was not sticking. Even though it was all connected, this part had a little bit of a bulge, had a little space in there, so I had to make sure it's all flush and nice. So that's good. Let me get. I had one here a minute ago. Where the hell is that? Where is it? Oh, there it is. How did you get there? So I'm going to use a tack because I know I glued this, but I can't tell whether it's sealed or not in. So to find out if it actually is, there's no gap, just lightly put it in and then pull it out. Oh yeah, there's a gap, all right. So we're gonna have to get some putty and fill that in, and then sand it down later on. Put some of the stuff up here and down here on the bottom. Put that to the side. So I've been working on the Phoenix missiles, sanding them down. Been using up a lot of the sanding paper. And making sure that they were nice and clean. I also discovered something in the actual manual. Not in the manual, in the actual parts. So this part is supposedly, and I'm going to flip this around here, supposedly goes, I believe, here, I think it is. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I think that goes there. Yeah, this one goes there. Okay, that's right. I'm sorry. That goes there for the Phoenix missiles that go there. That's understandable. But there's another part. Here it is. This one that goes here. Now, I forgot to drill the holes that's under this, but I don't need to drill it. All I need to do, look for a previous manual of this and then get the actual, look of this. And I can put another Phoenix missile there. So you have a choice of the fuel tanks, which I was actually working on, or the missiles. And speaking of the fuel tank, there it is, here it is. So I was actually working on the fuel tank here, which I did glue. And I had a hard time gluing these two together. And the reasons why is I don't know if this one simulates this. Let me find out. So if I put these two together, there was a gap. This one doesn't seem to have that much of a gap. I mean, I can probably squeeze them together, but the gap here was so bad that I didn't, maybe I could have easily gotten put it over a hot flame and try to loosen up the plastic and then bend it in my direction, but then that would cause more damage. So what I was doing was I was taking the sanding stick and sanding it over it, back and forth to even it out. I even went so far as to clip off these two little guys, so that way I can sand this one down and then put them together. And now it's fine. I just need to sand it down to make it nice and flush. But during me doing all this, I discovered these parts where I can actually put one of these guys over it. So if I want, I can put all 6 Phoenix missiles on this fighter. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just the 6 Phoenix missiles, I believe that will go, because I do know that there's this inline thing here, which I think we could probably put this guy there. No, you cannot. Or you could probably put the fuel tank in there, like that. I have to find some documentation on what the actual weapons loadout would look like under the F-14 and see how it looks. This is a pretty nice kit for a scale. Pretty nice. Now, I've also spent a lot of time working on the parts that makes up the landing gear, sanding down the seam line that's on this, sanding it down, cleaning it up, and all that stuff. And then, like something like this, I'm going to put the wheel on, the wheel well. I was also sanding the wheel well a bit as well, because there is a marking there. Just going to do that. And then we'll just put this glue on. This one's easy to do because there's not much extra parts for this, other than there we go. Other than a support peg that will go under the thing. Come on, what's going on here? Don't tell me you're dry already. Seriously, huh? Okay, I'm gonna have to get another glue. No big deal. You know what? I just realized something. I gotta paint this because I have to paint this black and then the inside white, or I don't know what the other color is, so I won't glue these guys. Ooh, glad I stopped myself. Ooh, that would have been not a good idea. I mean, it would have been a good idea. People will probably say, ah, you could do it, no big deal. So there we go. Just realized that until now. I'll just let that sit there for a moment. Those guys are done. Those guys are done. I'm still cleaning these up. So I'm still not I'm debating on whether I'm going to pull out the other Phoenix missile. I was also fussing about here in the back end with these stabilizers here, and I don't want to put them in all the way. I'm going to do it later, but what I was doing was I was increasing the size of the hole a little bit at a time, and then making this part a little smaller. So once it's in, I'm going to actually glue the whole thing in. Really, I'm going to glue it in, so that way it stays there for a place. I'm not going to be fussing it, going up and down all the time. And this will probably be in one position or whatever, but still, regardless of the case, just you got to commit to what you want to keep your aircraft in whatever position you want. So stabilizers are just going to be standard straight right there. Alright, let me just continue cleaning up so we can then move on to the next phase. Okay, time to begin airbrushing some of the parts, especially the canopy. I've already primed it, black primer, and I was using this primer, the one-shot primer by Megamo. I had to thin this up a bit because this thing was too thick, and I was reading forums about how to use this paint, and one of them is the fact that you definitely need an airbrush that has a 0.5 needle, so it can come out more smoothly. All my airbrushes are 0.3, 0.3.5. I've been looking into the possibility of buying another airbrush, but specifically for priming or any paints that are very thick. That's why I've always had a little bit of a difficulties with the Vallejo paints. I don't want to use them until I get an airbrush that will be perfect for it. Now, I primed all the parts, canopy here, the inside of this. Now I'm ready to paint using number 57 gray, or matte gray. Now, what you guys don't know is this is actually a re-recording of what I was doing beforehand. I put Mr. Color Thinner on these types of paint, not realizing that this is technically and actually water-based paint. Now, acrylic is water-based up to a certain degree. If I was going to be using something like Tamiya, many people tell me that there is a little bit of lacquer in here, a little bit. So it will work well with leveling thinners or any type of lacquer-based thinners. Of course, acrylic thinners is also cool. But when you deal with aqua-based thinners, paints, water is the only thinner you can use on that. And unfortunately, I don't have any more acrylic-based thinners anymore, because I don't use acrylic that much. But I plan to use it on this one, especially with this. Now, I have been trying to thin this guy out for a few hours, you could say. What I did was I put water in here and I put like a couple of drops in there, but you really got to mix this up to get the right consistency. Let me see if this hopefully works. Because when I was doing it with the, lacquer thinner, oh, the thing really clogged up everything, because you could see actually how the paint separates itself from the actual thinner itself. Let me just do a spray here for a second, just see how it looks. Yeah, that's coming out nice. Just so. That's good. Let me just focus the camera a bit. And then right there will be fine. Yep, that's good. I was like jokingly said, oh my god, that little bottle is good for 2 planes. I can understand 1, but 2? Low pressure here with this. Let's do this guy first also, because I'm gonna have to be putting on the instrument decals on this. Tell because of the shadow. I think I got it. I'm not painting that one because the underside is white, but that's good. That's good. I think there's another part here that needs painted. This color. I'll just double check on it. I'm glad that the manual is all in color also. Yeah, I did that. I did that. I did that. That I need to do. This guy right here. So yeah, this is okay. I was able to get this done. Let me continue on to get to the next parts. Alright, so I temporarily closed this because I wanted to paint these parts black. I'll be using Flat Black by Tomcat. This time, of course, I use the, instead of using water to thin it, I use regular leveling color thinner. That will work with this. That looks good. Put that over here. Now I did also mask off the chairs because I did paint this. So if you guys don't know, I actually painted this the khaki color. I'm gonna paint the sides. I was actually gonna, you know, paint it, like hand paint it. But I'm not very good at that, and I'm always hesitant with that because I've had some bad luck with hand painting. But this one at least I masked off and I'll take care of it quickly. Using a little bit of ingenuity. There's another part here that needs to be painted black, and it's this one, even though this has been primed black, I'm just going to give it another pass, so that way the color consistency is the same. That's good. Alright, so I got another chair to do. There we go. That's good. Alright, so as the cockpit section of the plane is being, sorry, the front part of the plane is being, you know, for the paint to dry, and this is already now painted, the color tone that's on this, I am now going to put on the decals that you see here. And I've already sectioned it off here. There's more decals here to the side, but I'm going to focus on these guys first. I'm just going to put them here in the solution. And this is the standard water solution here, but I'm going to be using Mark Setter for this. This is a good mixture here. I was trying to get my hands on softener, but I can never seem to find it. It's always sold out. See a lot of setters, but not a lot of softeners. Don't know if this will mess up the paint because it is water-based. Didn't think about that until now. I should have, you know what? I should have top coated it. That would have been perfect. Yeah, now it's moving. Wow, that was actually kind of quick. Just need something a little bit more pointier for this. There we go. That's actually really good. Ooh, yeah, I got one right here. But I didn't have any Q-tips. Ooh, that came off. Ooh. Hold on a second. That didn't look right. I should let that settle in there and then tap it. Come on, open up. Okay, that's not right. Well, I just have to do it this way. Here we go. Let's just do that for now. Nice and slow. That's good. Now, I know there are a lot of professionals out there who say, okay, decal's good, but if you really want to shine, hand paint it and paint those little dials and knobs and switches on the canopy, on the console, on the cockpit. That would be, of course, the extra level work of a professional there. God damn it, get over here. How was that? That was that, right? Yeah. Oh, so that does go there. Alright, so I'll just bring it up a bit. Bring that there. And just put a little bit of this. Just to play it safe. Okay. Let's do the other two. Let's put that back. There we go. You know, again, I'm going to review. Like, here are all the decals that this model kit has. I believe this is the entire section for the FA18, while this section is for the F14A Tomcat. I said D. Ooh, I didn't realize that. But it says D on the box, doesn't it? Yeah, F14D. Yeah, these are stickers. These are decals for F14A. Somebody must have forgot something. Let me prepare this, just in case. I think what's going to have a little bit more difficulty would be the front console section, not the side console. But, you know, I'm not doing that on camera. I'm just going to do these two guys, which is a little easier to do. God damn it. Alright. Do I have it in reverse? Oh, darn it. Open, please. There we go. There we go. Alright. Alright. And the last one. So this one actually was from the bottom, but I couldn't tell from where. Huh. Put that there for now. Okay. What was this? I didn't even see this. That was actually in, oh, 41. Ooh. Oh, look. Oh, that was, okay, you know, that's actually from here. So let me put that there. I must have grabbed it by accident. This is going to be a tricky situation. Come on. Close. Very close. There we go. And we'll just tap it there. And pick it up. Come on, get in there. There we go. There we go. Alright. Don't see anything in reference to instrumentation here on the right. I'll just have to let that dry a bit. Let me see if we can do this a bit here. Just so it settles in. And then that way, once it settles in, then it's fine. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to continue on with the rest that goes around here. This will stick, and this stick here has to be painted black, so I'm going to have to hand paint that in a few moments. And then when I put this in the cockpit, seal it up, so we can move on. Nice.